NMDC Spotlight Podcast.
Welcome to a new episode of NMDC Spotlight Podcast. Our guest today is Efstratios Tsavlidis, the head of survey at NMDC Dredging Marine, and he'll be telling us about the industry, the technological advancements in the field, and how he and his team contribute to the sustainability of the environment. Welcome, Efstratios, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure being here.
First, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been at NMDC DNM, and what is it that a head of survey does?
I've been with NMDC over the last 16 years now. I joined in October of 2009, and I joined as a junior surveyor at that point, and worked myself up to the ladder of becoming a head of survey.
How many job titles did you have from junior surveyor to head of survey?
I think three or three or four. Well, there was one that I had just for just a few months.
Okay.
But there was a change immediately after that. So I started as a junior, let's say, project surveyor. Then I became chief surveyor, survey manager, and then head of survey. I've been survey manager for 3 or 4 years, and I took the position of head of survey just after my predecessor had to retire. So upon his retirement, I took the department 2 years ago.
A little bit about your responsibilities?
My responsibilities are mostly with developing the department to the extent that can provide services to the utmost of our capability. Meaning that we need to provide services with quality, safety, accuracy, and collaborate with all the other departments of the Dredging Marine business unit. Environmental, safety, engineering, dredging and reclamation. And
how many people are in your team?
Currently we have a workforce of almost 300 people.
Oh, that's quite large.
With different nationalities, different mindsets, and different technical abilities, and almost deployed in every stretch of UAE and outside UAE.
Fantastic. For someone who is not involved in this industry, what exactly does survey mean?
Survey is essential and fundamental for all the construction projects and activities, and it can stretch out from our industry, our organization, dredging and reclamation and marine civil works. It can go up to any type of building structure, railways, causeways, anything that the human wants to build. It needs to go through the process of surveying it first, or setting it out through survey in order to be built.
Explain that a little bit more, surveying.
Yes. So what we mean about setting it out is, in order to build a building anywhere in the world, you need to set it in coordinates on coordinates on an X and Y coordinates, that they will be in a specific place in the world, let's say.
Like a map.
Map it as a map, yes. And that goes for every structure. I mean, it doesn't need to be in the land or in the marine. It's for everything. So that's why survey You will see surveyors with different type of equipment. You might see somebody with a tripod sitting endless hours.
Those are the ones that we see in the middle of the street, right?
And you see them, and you think probably they're taking pictures, but they're not. They're measuring, they're calculating, or now with the newest technologies, all the calculations are done inside the instrument. Or you will see somebody holding a rod with an antenna on top, and you will say what he's doing.
What are they doing?
Well, he's measuring. He's taking points on a real-time positioning points with corrections coming from the satellites or from Earth setup GPS base stations that correct the signal. Or you might see somebody with a drone, and you will probably think that he's just flying his drone around, but eventually he might be a surveyor who's scanning a landmass or any type of structure that he wants to derive with survey data.
And we do both types. We do land and marine.
In our organization, in Dredging and Marine division or business unit, we're doing both, yes. Because our nature of works expands from the land to the marine environment. So usually we work exactly in between. We work on the edge of a shore, or in the shoreline, or we're creating an island which by default has both topographic aspects and bathymetric aspects as well.
That's actually what I was going to ask, because I know a lot of our work are on islands and things like that. Which one do you do? You have to do both in that case.
We have to do both, yes. We need to know both for topographic and bathymetric information in order to know where the land stops and when the marine edge comes.
Makes sense. Stratos, what would you say is the most exciting part of your job?
My most exciting part of the job is just, I think it's not just about data collection or data management, let's say. It is also, but I think the most exciting part is the fulfillment you get on delivering your data to the people, to the other departments, to the accuracy that they need in order to make their decisions.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we are a department that provides a service based on the survey data that we collect.
Yeah.
And this service needs to be at its best for the actual decision makers to take the most appropriate decisions. And it's maybe a little bit out there to say, but but I feel it when
it's a key role. They can't make the correct decision without your input.
It is crucial. It's the survey data is the first ones being collected, and the first one being used from all these different departments, and it's a little bit out there to say, but it affects and it has multi-million dirham impact at the end, because based on our data, a whole structure of the project will be scaled and based, and there will be multiple decisions of which equipment eventually to be used based on our data, for how long period.
What exactly is the activity you do in that site?
Yes, it's so many. It has so much impact on the whole planning of a project, and that's why there is a lot of demand and a lot of scrutiny, I would say, to deliver to our best accuracy possible, and with very strict timelines as well.
I can imagine. Tell us about the latest technological advancements in the field and how these can contribute to our projects and business.
Yes, indeed. It has been transformed drastically the last 3-4 years. It's been so many new technologies are being introduced, or some older ones have been developed to perform even much better and provide better results and in a better accuracy.
Give us some examples.
There are technologies that we have been recently implemented, like the use of uncrewed or unmanned survey vessels, which are fully autonomous. They can operate in different type of environments. But because our nature of work is mostly coastal, and we work mostly in projects that are near shore or within the coast of an island or of a landmass, let's say, we use these uncrewed vessels to survey in very low water environments. And that was something that we wasn't able to do in the past. We were facing many difficulties in order to do this type of survey works, and now this technology is helping us quite a lot on doing that.
These are the ones that stay on the surface, not the ones under the water.
Yes, indeed. There are the ones that stay on the surface, but there are also the ones that now are being developed to go even underwater.
Excellent.
But those are mostly used in deeper waters.
Yes.
And those are being used in our oil and gas industry, and are becoming a norm that will eventually be used even more, and the clients will absorb this technology, will see their benefit, and eventually see that they can provide even better accuracy and better results at the end.
Okay. Any other gadgets that you like using at the moment?
Yeah. Survey is always about gadgets, isn't it? We have a lot of gadgets, and actually that's how people are seeing us in the field. You know, when you see a surveyor, he is always holding something or always operating something. We have a lot of drones. But they're not just the ones that they do a photo shoot or a video. They are heavy-duty drones which can take a big payload, like a scanner that can immediately scan the surface of the Earth, of a landmass, and they have high technological cameras on board that can take thousands of pictures, which eventually we will process back in the office in order to derive with our results.
Right.
There are a lot of other stuff like there are technologies that have been applied from remote sensing. Those are the ones that are coming from satellites.
Okay.
In the past, the satellites were used only for like Google Earth. Just to see the topography of an area. Now, these same satellites with enhanced, let's say, optical sensors can provide you with some processing back in the office. They can provide you with real-time data.
So it measures depth too?
Now it started measuring depth too. It's called satellite-derived bathymetry, SDP. And now you can, at some point, at some depth, not too much deep, but let's say up to an average of 5 to 10 meters, you can retrieve bathymetry or depths.
Right. Okay. And then I have to ask you about AI because it's one of the buzzwords of the season.
Yeah.
How does AI help you as a surveyor?
AI is everywhere. It's coming to all sectors, to everything that we can see, from finance and marketing to survey, of course, and engineering. We in survey have started seeing some applications of AI, but we foresee that there is going to be even more. The initial engagement to AI, I think it will be and machine learning, will be to data processing. It will help us process our data faster, and that will lead us to a quicker decisions, and it will lead us to passing these decisions or this data to the other departments of our organization. We need to adapt. We need to learn as AI is learning from us. We need to learn with it, and we need to use it. It's an important tool that will be used more and more in our industry.
Do you think it would ever replace a surveyor?
That's a good question. A lot of people have been discussing this in the social media or even in papers or scientific papers, I mean. There is a concern, yes, there is a concern, and there are some people who are very skeptical about what AI will eventually do. I don't think it will replace people as such, and in our case, the surveyors. I don't think there will be such, let's say, differentiation of, okay, yes, an AI system will come and replace somebody. But we need to learn to use it and apply its full potential to our industry eventually. I think that's where we're going to lead. So I don't think it will be replace somebody. I think we need to adapt on this new technology and learn from it and use it to its full capacity.
That was very well said. I also want to ask you about the environment. How do surveyors help with protecting the environment?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Actually, we will have a lot of interface with on how to protect the environment as surveyors. In our organization, in our company, we mostly do dredging and reclamation along with marine civil infrastructure. Yes. So there are ways for us to measure our effect of our works, like provide information about turbidity and sedimentation, provide information about the nature of waves and currents, and of course all this information are being collected on the field by surveyors and being given to the correct departments in order to evaluate and assess the real time effects of our nature of works.
This is before the project start or during or both?
It's actually all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It might start way before a project starts, because we need to monitor how the situation is before we even set foot in an area.
Right.
Then we have to monitor during and provide, and that's actually the biggest deployment of our, let's say, sensors and equipment in order to monitor this type of, in order to get the correct information. And after the completion of a project, again, we need to monitor what we left behind.
Yeah, the effects or anything like that.
How it was changed from before, during and after. And all these are being provided to a very detailed reports that been given to our EAD department. It's the environmental department of Abu Dhabi. Great. All these reports are going to them, and they will assess and evaluate our works, how they have been done, and if we follow the rules and regulations of this entity.
What kind of marine life can be observed off the coast of Abu Dhabi, and how does your work protect their habitats?
Well, I wouldn't say that we have, again, such a direct impact on that. But again, there is something. Well, our data is used to for let's say the decision makers to see how we're doing it, how are we affecting the marine sea life, and if so, our people are on the field most of the times, or all the times actually, day and night. So what we notice and what we usually do as a surveyor, which is part of our, let's say, learning curve also, we report everything that we see.
Yes.
And we have cases that we reported of seeing sea turtles quite a lot, dolphins, obviously, and in some rare cases we haven't even seen whale sharks.
Okay.
Big mammals that were a little bit scary, to be honest with you.
They're native to this region?
They sometimes pass, yes.
Okay.
They sometimes pass, and there was a case actually that we saw it even in within very shallow waters, and that's part of, even though it's not a direct responsibility of surveyor to report it, but still it's within our let's say a learning curve within our region to say, okay, here there are these marine life, and we're reporting it to the right people so they will know that, okay, maybe now we need to stop our operations and protect this, the marine life first. We haven't even found in there were cases that we found marine life in the land. There were sea turtles that was washed out in the land, and we had to inform even the proper authority.
So they can move them and do whatever needs to be done in that case. Yeah, it's kind of, everything is a little bit related, the whole industry, different jobs, but they all relate to each other. They're all
connected at the end. They're all connected, and it's part of our nature. It needs to be part of our nature. Like, we need to protect our environment, and we need to be aware of our environment first, and that's how the whole collaboration between departments starts. So there are sessions between us and, let's say, our environmental department in order to get informed in advance on what we should expect to meet. I mean, so about marine environment. When we start in an area that we are supposed to do some type of infrastructure. I need to say also that there is the marine life on the seabed also, like corals and seagrass.
Yes.
That's something that we started, I think, being more aware of the last few years, and we have started even mapping these type of environments. So we have some general maps coming from the relevant department of our government, but we making sure that before we start the project, all these areas are properly mapped. There have been, there will be videos capturing this marine sea life, and there will be also survey data that showcasing, yes, this area has or this area doesn't have.
When it comes to the job itself, run me through the average day in the life of a surveyor.
Well, we wake up early for sure.
Okay.
Probably even before the first sunlight. And the first thing that we do as a surveyor, I think, is checking the weather. Okay. The weather is an important factor of our activities. We need to know if there are going to be high winds or low winds to see if there's going to be any effect in our jobs and our tasks. We need to check the waves. Currents also play an important role, but also we need to check, one important thing that we check, all the surveyors do every day, is the tide.
Yes.
The tide is basically guide us on how we're gonna work every day. So different applications gonna go during high tide, and different area might be covered even, and different area if there's gonna be a low tide, obviously.
So sometimes you have to change the plan according to winds or currents or tide.
Yes, we need to be adaptable and change our plan depending on the environment that we're gonna end up working on. Communication, obviously, communication is the key. We need to inform our line managers, our people on the dredges, our people on the vessels. All the people on site, we need to communicate properly and tell them this is our plan for today. Third, but it's not always coming third, it depends again on the circumstances, health and safety. Yes. We'll need to have a toolbox meeting with all people involved within our area of concern, and be aware of the risks and hazards within the area that we're going to work. And then we start our job. Either that's going to be a bathymetry, hydrography, or topography. We take our equipment, we make sure they're up and running properly. We calibrate them most of the times, and we start collecting our data.
You mentioned three things. It was topography, bathymetry, and?
Hydrography. Bathymetry and hydrography are more or less
What's
the
the
same.
difference between them?
It's the same. It's the same job. It's the same application, but it's a different type of explanation. They have no major difference.
Okay.
It's the science of bathymetry and hydrography. It's the same.
They're related.
They're related. Yes.
Go on.
After that, I think we'll have a break.
Yes.
To get our to get our lunch, regroup, get some coffee.
Yes.
During lunchtime, and then start with our processing. After we collect our data and make sure that all of the collection has been done properly based on our processes and procedures, we start with process this data in order to become a format that can be used from multi other people or multi other departments.
Yeah.
And that's how more or less ends our day. And of course, at the end of the day, we also plan for the next.
Yes. Which brings me to my next question. That was really good. Which is, when you look to the future, what do you see for the industry? Any developments, any trends?
Yeah, I think we touched base previously with AI. I think that's and machine learning. That's something that's coming, and it's going to have an impact in our industry. We see more robotic systems.
Okay.
And let's say robotic applications.
For what use?
Robotic application will be to fully automate the process. Basically, there will be. Now we're already using them, but there are vessels or drones which still need some human interface, human interference, and human setting up. Robotics will evolve to the level that once it does one thing, it will not need to be set up again to do the same thing. Okay. So if I do one bathymetry or topography in one area, the robotic application from then on, either that will be hardware or software, will know to do it again.
Okay, so it learns
on the same way,
yeah.
And it will even not need from any input from my end, apart from maybe some environmental inputs, or some maybe weather inputs. But it will learn to do it on its own.
What is the most valuable lesson you've learned on the job, and what do you make sure to pass on to your team?
I think one of the most important things is communication. I think I mentioned that before, but for me it's the key. We live in a country that there are several nationalities from all over the world, different backgrounds, different technical knowledge, or even different perception of things. So communicate clearly. It's the key in our industry to pass on the information or pass on our concerns about an area, and keep people informed about what is really happening on the field. Because sometimes people who are in the office or people who are not directly involved in a activity or in a task in the field, they don't really understand how the whole process went. So
they won't have the full picture. Yeah.
They need to have the full picture, yes. Another lesson learned from my end is that we always, as a surveyors, need to keep our knowledge updated. There are so many technologies every day being developed, and we need to keep up with the new technologies, and of course see how they can be applied in our field, because not all technologies that have been developed in the industry have direct impact in our field. There are some that can be applied, some are not. So we also need to have the critical thinking of see how we can differentiate between what's needed and what's not, or what's something that we can use later on in our field.
Very good.
A third point I would say that is maybe a third one I would be to stick with the fundamentals.
Okay.
We need to know. We need, as a surveyors, to adapt to the new technologies. But at the end of the day, we need to be assured that we know our job in a fundamental way. So we know our basics. We know our let's say the old ways of doing.
You're not dependent only on the tech.
Of doing things. We cannot depend always on the technology, and we need to be adaptive.
Yes.
So there will be times that we need to use latest technologies, latest applications, and there need to be times that now let's go back and even use all technologies that have been used for quite some time.
Yeah, you cover your basics. Makes sense. If there's somebody who is interested in joining this industry or survey, what advice would you give them?
It's a difficult. All engineering-related jobs, including survey, it's a difficult area to be in, but it's very rewarding at the end. In our field, especially with NMDC, in our nature of work. The rewards comes with seeing something rising from the sea.
Yeah.
You see a breakwater, you see an island, you see a port that it was not there before. And to me at least, it's so fulfilling that to know that my data or my team's data helped develop this type of infrastructure or island, as we said. So yes, it's stressful and quite demanding industry, the survey business, both in topographic and bathymetric sciences, but it's very rewarding at the end.
Fair enough. It's a big job with responsibilities, but rewarding at the same time. Makes sense. Finally, any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
Yes. I feel really blessed that I chose NMDC to be in it. I came in NMDC, as I said, 16 years ago, and was and feels after all these years the right decision on coming in. I feel blessed for having a leadership that it's evident that does everything that a healthy leadership should do, and provide us with guidance and information and all the parts that we need to do in order to do our job. Our industry, as I said, is very demanding and stressful. However, it's very impactful as well.
Yeah.
We help to develop coastlines, to develop communities at the end, restructuring and refurbishing or reclaiming full islands of new potentials.
Yeah.
It's been an honor being in NMDC all these years, and I hope my contributions will help eventually the whole organization to develop even more.
I'm sure they will. Efstratios, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. It's been a fascinating look into the world of survey. I've certainly learned a lot, and I'm sure that our audience will walk away with a deeper understanding and appreciation for what you and your team do.
Thank you for having me. It was a real pleasure being here, and my contributions, I hope, will elaborate and clear a few clouds that people might have on what survey is or what survey does in general, and especially in our organization.
I'm sure they will. Before I let you go, we have one last question, or rather, it's a series of questions. We're going to go for a lightning round. Do you know what that means?
That means that it will be one word answer, probably.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to ask you 20 questions. You have 1 minute to answer them all. Some of them are about work. Some of them are just for fun.
Excellent.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. We're going to start the clock. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Window seat or aisle seat?
Window seat.
One word to describe the dredging industry.
Impactful.
Favorite social media app?
LinkedIn.
Dream project location?
I didn't get it.
A dream project location, somewhere you want to work.
Maldives.
Okay. A skill you've learned on the job that you apply in your personal life.
Research.
A country you'd like to visit.
Japan.
Okay. The hardest part of your job.
Communication.
What is your hidden talent?
I like skydiving. I don't know.
Okay, that's good.
Maybe.
That's
Yeah, I
bold
like skydiving.
What is the most used phrase when you're on site?
Attention to detail, but it's not a one word. I don't know if I can.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll let you go. Would you survive a week with no Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Okay. Something
as
you've
long as
always...
I'm on leave.
Okay.
And I don't
fair
need to.
enough. You're not on the job.
I don't need to be on the job. Yes.
Something you've always wanted to learn. It can be work or personal.
Personal, no. I want to learn more about AI.
Good. Your favorite survey tool or machine?
Our unmanned survey vessels, uncrewed unmanned survey vessels.
Makes sense. Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Cat.
Do you prefer office work or field work?
Equally, both.
Fair. Your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Favorite food?
Pasta.
How many languages do you speak?
2.
2. Your favorite movie or genre of movies?
Horror.
Okay. If you did not work in survey and had to pick a different career, what would it be?
I like vessels, so probably I would have been a captain.
That's cool. All right, still stayed in the same field, kind of. You did very well. Thank you for being a good sport about that, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Excellent.